Genesis 31, GNT, Good News Translation. 1. Jacob heard that Laban's sons were saying, "Jacob has taken everything that belonged to our father. All his wealth has come from what our father owned." 2. He also saw that Laban was no longer as friendly as he had been earlier. 3. Then the Lord said to him, "Go back to the land of your fathers and to your relatives. I will be with you." 4. So Jacob sent word to Rachel and Leah to meet him in the field where his flocks were. 5. He said to them, "I see that your father is not as friendly with me as he used to be, but my father's God has been with me." 6. You both know that I have worked for your father with all my strength. 7. Yet he has cheated me and changed my wages 10 times. But God did not let him harm me. 8. Whenever he said, "The speckled animals will be your wages," all the flocks gave birth to speckled young. When he said, "The striped ones will be your wages," all the flocks gave birth to striped young. 9. God has taken flocks away from your father and given them to me. 10. Once, when the flocks were mating, I had a dream in which I saw that the male goats that were mating were striped, speckled, and spotted. 11. The angel of God spoke to me in the dream and said, "Jacob." "Yes," I answered. 12. "Look," he continued, "all the male goats that are mating are striped, speckled, and spotted. I have seen everything that Laban is doing to you." 13. I am the God of Bethel, where you anointed a sacred stone and made a vow to me. Now get ready and leave this land and go back to your native land. 14. Rachel and Leah answered Jacob, "There is nothing left for us to inherit from our father." 15. He treats us like foreigners. He sold us, and now he has spent all the money he received for us. 16. All this wealth that God has taken from our father belongs to us and our children. Do whatever God has told you. 17. So Jacob got ready to go back to his father Isaac in the land of Canaan. 18. He put his children and his wives on camels. 19. And drove off all his livestock. He took everything that he had acquired in Mesopotamia and started back to his father Isaac in Canaan. Laban had gone to shear his sheep, and during his absence Rachel stole the household gods that belonged to her father. 20. Jacob tricked Laban by not letting him know that he was leaving. 21. He left with everything he owned. He crossed the Euphrates and headed for the hill country of Gilead. Laban pursues Jacob. 22 says 3 days later Laban was told that Jacob had fled. 23. So he took his men and went after Jacob, catching up with him 7 days later in the hill country of Gilead. 24. In a dream that night, God came to Laban and said to him, "Be careful not to threaten Jacob in any way." 25. Laban caught up with Jacob, who had set up his camp on a mountain. Laban and his men camped on the same mountain. 26. Laban said to Jacob, "Why did you deceive me and carry off my daughters like women captured in war?" 27. Why did you slip away secretly like this? Why didn't you tell me? I would have sent you off with a farewell party, with songs and music played on harps and tambourines. 28. You didn't even let me kiss my grandchildren and my daughters goodbye. That was a foolish thing to do. 29. I have the power to do you harm, but last night the God of your father warned me not to threaten you. 30. I know you left because you were so anxious to get back home, but why did you steal my household gods? 31. Jacob answered, I left secretly because I was afraid. I thought you would take your daughters away from me. 32. But if you find that anyone has your gods, he will be put to death. Let your men search in the presence of our relatives, and if you find that I have taken anything that belongs to you, take it. Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen Laban's gods. 33. Laban went and searched Jacob's tent, then Leah's tent, and the tents of the 2 slave women, but did not find his gods. Then he went into Rachel's tent. 34. Rachel had taken the household gods and put them in a camel's saddlebag and was sitting on them. Laban searched through the whole tent but did not find them. 35. Rachel said to her father, "Don't be angry with me, sir, for not getting up in your presence. I'm having my monthly period." Laban searched but did not find his gods. Jacob confronts Laban. 36. Then Jacob became angry and said to Laban, "What have I done wrong? What crime have I committed to make you hunt me down like this?" 37. You have searched through all my belongings and have found nothing that belongs to you. Show it to our relatives for them to decide who is right. 38. I have been with you for 20 years. Your sheep and goats have never miscarried. I have never eaten any of your rams. 39. Whenever a sheep was killed by wild animals, I always bore the loss myself. I never demanded that you replace it. I was cheated every time. 40. I worked for you in the scorching heat of the day and in the freezing cold at night. 41. It was like that for 20 years. I worked 14 years to get your 2 daughters and 6 more years for your flocks. And even then, you changed my wages 10 times. 42. If the God of my father Abraham, the God whom Isaac worships, had not been with me, you would have sent me away empty-handed. But God has seen my trouble and the work I have done, and last night he gave his judgment, the covenant between Jacob and Laban. 43. Laban answered Jacob, "These women are my daughters, these children are my grandchildren, and these flocks are mine. All that you see belongs to me, but I can't do anything now about my daughters and their children." 44. So let us make an agreement, and let us make a pile of stones to remind us of it. 45. Jacob took a stone and set it up as a memorial. 46. He told his men to gather some stones and pile them up. Then they ate a meal beside the pile of stones. 47. Laban named it Jegar-sahadutha, and Jacob named it Gilead. 48. Laban said to Jacob, "This pile of stones will be a witness to the agreement between us." 49. So it was named Mizpah, which means watchtower, because Laban said, "May the Lord watch between you and me when we are apart." 50. If you mistreat my daughters or marry other women, remember that God is watching us. 51. Here are the stones and the pillar that I have set up between us. 52. They will be a witness that I will not go past this place to harm you, and that you will not come past it to harm me. 53. The God of Abraham and the God of Nahor will judge between us. Jacob solemnly vowed to honor the agreement in the name of the God whom his father Isaac worshipped. 54. He killed an animal, which he offered as a sacrifice on the mountain, and invited his men to a meal. After they had eaten, they spent the night on the mountain. 55. Early the next morning, Laban kissed his grandchildren and his daughters goodbye and left to go back home.